In America, we have people who think they're committing a prank, but in truth, they may be committing a felony. And the felony is learning how to handle yourself. You see, as an adult over the age of majority under the law, you are fully liable and responsible for what you think you're doing against a person's life. At no time did that man provide you access or opportunity to his life. At no time did that man welcome you into his life to quote unquote do what you think you're doing, which is help him. Kevin, you're not helping him. Hillel, you are not helping him. Nina, you are not helping him. Because at no time did you walk up and say, can I help you with something? You simply insisted that you were going to try to do something for him. You see, you wanted to take away his power hour by hour. Who do you receive free food from that's a total stranger? How often would you actually accept food from someone that you don't know? I really want to ask you that question. During a time of COVID, during a time of pandemic, during a time of the killing fields, during a time of sexual assaults, during a time of morbidity in terms of how people like to play their lives into rigidity about what they think God is and isn't doing for people. Who do you represent? You see, you represent Satan if you provided old food that was tainted because he might be sharing that food with someone you know and like and thought you trusted. He might be offering that food that's too much for him to eat to someone else, so you just spent a good at least $10 to $12 according to the boxes and things you brought to him, but you didn't really provide him what he could eat because there's so much salt in that food or so much tainting on that food that it literally hurt his life. You see, some people are very sensitive to spices. Some people have allergies to coatings on chicken. Some people have difficulty processing peppers. And in some cases, pepper can cause a heart attack. You see, your lie was thinking you had the right to alter the recipes because you don't like their flavor. You don't. You have to keep the standard representation for a major American corporation. And their chefs and their recipe makers make those decisions, not you. You don't have the right to add pepper to chicken patties at a national food restaurant. You don't have the right to add hot sauce to things that don't belong to you. You can cause a major heart attack. Your foolishness is not understanding the law, but your arrogance is thinking, I'm going to change this so that I like this. And it's not your food at all. So what you've done is committed two thefts. You've stolen money from someone, and then you've stolen away on someone's food. You see, that person's food is their food. It's not your food. The minute you give it, it's no longer your food. But you are still legally liable for the food that you're giving, and you're liable for what happens when you're trying to distract someone from protecting their belongings. Your children that keep sizing up his stuff are immoral. If they want things in life, they can go off to the store with their own hard-earned discretionary dollars, which means the decisional dollars they have the right to answer to, decide about, and how to use. And they can go buy those things and put them together themselves, but they're still stealing. They're still taking away someone's ideas. They're still lying about the rights to the faith fob. You see, a faith fob will only work a little bit for someone who has ye of way little faith. And a faith fob will really work for someone who's been wielding it for 10 years so far today. You see, your lie was thinking you could just produce any lie to anyone and pretend to be someone, but you're creating such liability to God's house that you cannot stop yourself. You see, you did help him. You did help him to eat, but he had different plans. And if you just simply provided him $10, he would have gone in and bought enough food for the day, not just for a meal. You see, that's how a frugal man lives. He has to make a decision on how to make his money go farther. But you're trying to harm him with your little stories about him because you're trying to prevent people from looking at you. And if they look at you, they might find you to be guilty of many offenses, including federal laws or international human rights treaties.